Your character does have one of the more frightening sequences in this film when he's actually waterboarding someone. First off, how do you prepare, both physically and emotionally, I guess, to waterboard someone, and how does that stunt actually work on screen?
There's a stunt coordinator there. You prepare it just from sticking to the facts, I mean, Mark lays it down in the script and you do what is on the page. You make sure that it's factual, you make sure that this is what happened, which, those boxes were ticked, and you're happy to be representing the whole 360 story.
What I think is interesting about it, though, he is by the book, as you say.
Yeah.
But obviously, emotion plays a big part of it. And
yeah.
He's maybe a little angry when he's at this guy for what has happened, or he has to kind of bow out because it's too emotionally.
Yeah.
How did you navigate that emotional arc for him? Like, was there anger there?
Yeah, I mean, you do what is, and and as an actor, I like to throw myself into something. I like to give it everything that I've got. I'm playing a real guy that did real things, that is still out there, in this world, doing his job. So I want to represent that the best I can. I also don't judge my character because it's not my job. I'm there to play him.
How about working with Catherine to find that right tone? Was there ever a moment where maybe it was being too emotional in certain sequences and during certain acts?
The great thing about Catherine, and you feel it when you talk to her, and the actors she casts, they're not those type of actors. And it's not shooting in a way where it's like, hey, here's my big close-up here and you're well lit and all that. It's the script and Catherine's style and The Hurt Locker dictates what's going to happen. It's done for real, come up from a factual basis, which is, as close as we can. Shooting in Jordan, shooting in India, shooting in these, not on a lot, It's trying to recreate and put the audience right at the heart of this manhunt so that you can feel what it's really like to be part of this, whether you're on a helicopter or whether you're in a room or whether you're in a car dealership.
And how did your own passions kind of fuel this performance? Because I know that you were in an interesting place during 9/11. You were in...
Yes, I was up in the mountains,
of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I'm curious about just looking back to that and seeing this whole thing as a decade-long adventure. How did you feel back then, and how do you feel now?
I feel more informed now. I mean, back then, there were crazy days back then. We really didn't know what was going on.
I can't imagine being where you were at that time.
Yeah, up in Pakistan and China.
How did that play out?
I was just traveling. I was traveling in China and just kept going. It's an amazing part of the world, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and I like to climb and hike. And, it fueled my, of course, my desire. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's like somebody walking up to you and giving you, a Clockwork Orange, or giving you, Remains of the Day, or Death of a Salesman, and going, what, wow, man, to be in this is like it's something special.
That's great. And just to wrap up, you have a very special relationship with monkeys in this movie, which kind of surprised me. Where did that come from? What?
It's a
monkeys?
fact. They were there. Often you'd get, in these army bases, and all, there'd be a zoo somewhere around, and nobody was looking after the animals anymore, so they'd take them in, and they'd look after them, because they had to go somewhere. And that was a real event. It was described to Mark.
And in your experience, do monkeys like chocolate ice cream as well?
Oh, these monkeys love the chocolate ice cream. Yeah.